Happy Thursday, everybody. It is a wonderful Thursday. Not only do we have an AFC East matchup with the New York Jets and the New England Patriots, we have Lego to open up, we have comics to open up, we have Super Break Sports to open up, and we have a really good premiere on Netflix from our dear friend Steven. Hello, lady. What's up, Don? How's everybody doing? T-Bone. Don. Driving test. What's up, Sapporos? How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Don. That sucks. But you learn more from losses than you do from wins. So now there is more to improve upon. You know exactly where to improve upon. And, I think her and her instructor should keep their head up and chalk this up as a learning experience since it's the first time that each of those people have been in that situation. Paul is currently being mauled by his kitten. You know what? I'm fine with that. I wish I could be mauled by kittens all the time too. I never complain about being mauled by kittens. It's all good, man. And you know what? I'm sure she overthought it a little bit. And sometimes when you overthink it, you hesitate. And all it takes in driving is to hesitate a little bit to fluster it all up. So I think she's going to actually be fine. Not everybody gets into the Hall of Fame first ballot. Some people do need to take the second vote. Hello, Governor. Boop. The goods. They're there. They exist. Today is a long day for the Breaker household. Basically, we wake up a little bit later than normal. We wake up at 8:20 because we have to be out of the house at 9:20, and then we are out of the house from 9:20 until probably 12:30, 12:35, um, for appointments every Thursday. Today we actually had an additional appointment. We got lunch and had to do a little bit of grocery shopping for dinner, and then we were home for about 2 hours, and then we're on the road again, and we won't be home until probably close to 9 o'clock tonight. So that is my Thursday every Thursday. There are only about 2 to 3 hours of our own time, and the rest of it is somebody else's time. So that is how it's going. Busy, yes. Fun, not really. Thursdays are there's too much going on for anything to be fun. Jimmy, did you have fun at therapy today? Jimmy has fun. I guess that's all that matters. My fun Jesus, my fun hasn't been important for years. So I guess as long as he's having fun. What was I going? I had something that I saw right before we went online, and I wanted to talk about it, and now I don't remember what it was because I didn't write it down. Oh, thanks, Scoobs. Oh, the rumor mill. Star Wars Pirates. Has anybody heard this yet? New project titled Star Wars Pirates is reportedly in the works as at Lucasfilm. Production Weekly listed it as an upcoming project. Could be interesting. Could be something we need our boy Lee Cozy to get to the bottom of. See if we can get any information that is available to the public. I gotta see. Oh, it's gonna make me sub. I don't have a sub to it. Where is it?
What the heck was that? I need a pistol.
Here we go.
Can I hug him and then
Boop.
Can we say something?
So Production Weekly is basically a listing of productions that are currently underway. It's your way to kind of find out stuff that's going on in Hollywood before it happens. It's fairly expensive to subscribe to, but typically you can get the front page summary for free. Otherwise, you'll see it's expensive. $75 a month. A month. $75 a month to subscribe to it. But here it is right here. Star Wars New Jedi Order and Star Wars Pirates listed as items that are in production. I mean, we already knew this one was happening. Spider-Man Noir featuring Nicolas Cage live action. But there you go. I do not want this to happen if this is what I think this is. I know Don immediately will know what that is. And Don and I are going to hope that they're not making a terrible mistake. Don, don't spit out your coffee. This one I'm interested in live action. Could be fun. This, I think, is interesting. I know, right, Don? That's what I said when I read it, too. Please don't remake an amazing piece of 80s film. I can just see the tagline. The Passion of the Christ, Resurrection Part 1. Jesus is back, and he's pissed. Yeah, Wonka 2. You saw it? Yep. So, yeah, there's, this was going on. That's what you see. Very expensive little thing to subscribe to. I do not subscribe, but there are various sites that will have versions that somebody else downloaded and posted. I don't know if I can give out that information because it's avoiding copyright, so I won't, but you could look and find it. I have faith in you all. if they remake Youngblood, I have to take a hiatus from Hollywood. I'm already upset that they destroyed the legacy of Roadhouse. Hey, what's going on, Daniel? How you doing? Daniel, sir, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing right now and follow Daniel's artwork. Follow him on Twitch, follow him on Instagram, and anywhere else you can. Daniel is a spectacular artist. I showed you his work after the con. He is the oil painter that is unbelievably great. Daniel, I personally made the error in not sending out the sketch cards and covers to you. They were sent via express mail to make up for lost time. But that was completely me and me alone. Had nothing to do with Doug. I made an error, so it's on its way. Should reach you today or tomorrow. Got him today? Okay, good. I sent them express. I was like, I'm getting there toot sweet. Sapporo says, I've been watching his Instagram for the past few months. Amazing work. Oh, absolutely, it is. Lady loves your stuff, too. Paul Maitland says, moist. Sapporos, that's right. They don't care about legacy. They care about dollars in Hollywood. And buy the Mustangs. Oh, goodness, Don, I hope they don't do that. Youngblood is one of the best hockey movies ever made. If you don't know Youngblood, then you are not a fan of hockey. I can tell you that definitively. Because it is Paul. Really, DC? Shame. Slapshot, no. Listen. Slapshot is a gem. Youngblood is the truth. Youngblood has everybody in it. Everybody. If you were famous in the 80s, you were in Youngblood. You said D2 wrong. Quack, 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 quack. I have heard many Canadians call Youngblood a horrible hockey movie. That's because it was about American hockey, not Canadian hockey. American hockey is much different than Canadian or European hockey. And you know what I have to say? As much as I love Canadians and I love Canada, actually, I don't have anything bad to say about Canadians. I was trying to think of something on the fly. I got nothing. Slapshot does not have Keanu Reeves in it. That's right. Or somebody else I've met recently. Sapporo says, but where else can you find the classic lines like, I bet you if that puck was a cheeseburger, you'd stop it. But does D2 have any gratuitous sex scenes? I think not. Youngblood does. Youngblood is literally about learning how to fight while playing hockey and being a goal scorer. If you haven't seen Youngblood, you have to turn in your skates and your stick. It's mandatory watching. It has chain link boards instead of glass above the boards. They had chain link fence. Nothing says toughness like getting checked into a chain link fence. Keanu Reeves would use his hockey stick like a bow staff and decimate the Hanson brothers. They wouldn't get within 2 feet of him. He would be all like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Youngblood taught me that you don't go to Thunder Bay with stitches. Did they have the flying V and the triple deke? No. No, they didn't. Listen. Just go watch the trailer of Youngblood. And it's the truth. It is great. Hold on, let's you know what, folks? I can't show you the trailer. Oh man, this is so great. Oh yeah, baby. Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. Come on. I mean, look at this. Oh, wow, I hope that doesn't show anything bad. All right, yeah, I can't show that. I mean, I probably can. I just choose not to. Here we go. I know I can show that. Dean Pretty Boy Youngblood, my guy Rob Lowe. Patrick Swayze as Derek Sutton. Keanu Reeves as Heaver. Get some. I know they do need the flying V. They don't need the flying V. They have Dean Youngblood. That's right. The whole premise, I swear to you, this is why it's so good. The whole premise of the movie Youngblood is in order to get into the NHL, you can't just be a goal scorer. You've got to be a tough guy. So the whole movie is about getting the goal scorer to be able to drop the gloves and win his first fight. Yeah. Don't forget about Dean's brother Kelly. He would have played with one eye if they would have let him. It is so good. Mystery Alaska is a turd burger compared to Youngblood. I would say it ranks right up there with Waking Up Walter. If you don't know Waking Up Walter, you definitely are not a hockey fan. The movie's alternate title is Don Cherry's Special Dream. You also get to watch Dean and Kelly drive across the Rainbow Bridge in the beginning of the movie. That's true. That's valid. A bridge not only I've traveled across a couple of times, a bridge in which my friend's car broke down. This is a true story, folks. You want a real good one? Here's listen. All right, folks, bring it in. It's story time with DC. Get your popcorn and your favorite beverage. I'm going to regale you with a story from, I believe, 1996. This would have been the summer of 96. Actually, no. I stand corrected. It was the summer of 97. Me, my friend Luke, and my friend Jeff. I know Jeff is dead, because most of the kids I grew up with are dead. True story. Most of the people I grew up with are dead. Luke and Jeff and I, we went to Canada. Now, back in the 90s, pre 9/11, you could just go to Canada with your license and 25 cents to pay the toll. And that was it. You didn't need anything else, no special passport or anything. And I obviously wasn't supposed to go. I didn't tell my parents that I was going. And this is a karma story. So we drove in Luke's beat up 77 Monte Carlo. That was rust brown. And we drove across the Peace Bridge. And we went up to Clifton Hill. And then we met a couple of people and drove around for a little while to a campsite. Where it's not important what we did at the campsite. And then at about 6 in the morning, we were coming home. We were driving across the Rainbow Bridge, and Luke's car just stops running. Now, at the time, I lived in a small town called Boston, New York. Boston, New York. No, I met the raccoon years later. So Boston, New York is easily about hour and a half, 2 hours from the Rainbow Bridge. So I am in the back seat. We have been up all night. We have not gone to bed yet. The car breaks down. We have to push it across the bridge. The customs people were really nice. They were like, "Oh, yeah, that sucks. Pull it over here, call a tow truck." We call the tow truck, and the tow truck driver says, "I can only fit 2 of you in the the tow truck. All 3 of you won't fit here. One of you is going to have to stay." I got voted odd man out. So I had to call my parents from the Rainbow Bridge to tell them that I needed to get picked up and brought home at about 6:30 in the morning. So they had an almost 2-hour car ride to stew before picking me up. And I had a 2-hour car ride home. And it was like the DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince song. Parents just don't understand. They took turns driving and beating my ass the whole way home for 2 hours. At one point, pulling over to switch drivers because one of them was hurt from hitting me so frequently. I then went home at 6 in the morning, hadn't slept the night before. And I wanted to go to bed, but part of my punishment, besides the shellacking I got, and it was in a minivan, so they had tons of room to beat me in. I couldn't go to bed. My other punishment was I was not allowed to go to bed. I had to stay up, because they had some crap plan that I wasn't going to go to do. Yes, James. None of your business, buddy. So, I had to stay up. So I am to the point where I am at close to like 20 hours awake. So I am at this point sitting up and falling asleep. And every time I'd fall asleep, they'd yell to wake me back up. "All right, Daniel." And I will tell you this. From that moment forward, not only did I tell them where I was going when I was going somewhere, I made sure if I didn't tell them, I was in a car that was less than 5 years old. That is what I garnered from this story, from that event. Is tell them where you're going, and if you're not going to tell them, make sure the car is within its manufacturer's warranty. End of story. Anybody else have a similar story? Who else has been somewhere in that same boat? I can't be the only one. I'm not the only kid that tried to get away with something.
Me.
James, you've never done anything wrong in your life.
Uh-huh.
All right, who wants to open some stuff? Scuba, I believe that. I don't doubt that one bit that you were a good kid. Nothing about you now tells me otherwise. Never been drunk either? Well, that's good. I imagine for you to be drunk, you would have to be liquefied, or whoever was drinking you would have to be extremely large. So I am both glad you were not liquefied, and I am glad nothing is large enough to swallow you through a straw. That reminds me of my favorite Douglas Adams joke. What is time travel like? Or what is space travel like? Oh, it's kind of like being drunk. Well, that's not so bad. What's wrong with being drunk? Ask a glass of water. Don said, my friend's dad was a sergeant in the sheriff's department. As long as my friend was with me, my mom wouldn't ask questions because how much trouble could a cop's kid get into? Wow! Oh, I wish I had your mom. Oh, man. I had a friend whose dad was a lawyer. I had a friend whose dad was a state trooper. And I can tell you, the kids whose parents are lawyers, judges, and state troopers and cops do a lot worse than the kids who don't have those people because they know they can get out of it. Wowie. Oddly enough, my friend's father, who was a New York State trooper, eventually married into my family. So technically, he became like my third cousin, which was kind of funny. I don't know if they're still married, though. All right, folks, what are we opening? I can't do story time all night. Pandora's Box? I opened that a long time ago. And only recently did I let Hope out.
Wait, Daddy.
¿Qué pasó?
I've heard of the Pandora's box. I've heard of the Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And it's on Fortnite.
Yeah, it's the name of a store in Buffalo.
Oh my God. So that's where they got Pandora from.
What up, Chef?
Why did Fortnite put in Pandora?
So here's the truth. I looked these up, and these are selling for $200 everywhere. We are beating everybody's price by $30. If you don't believe me, go look. I don't own a Pele. I don't own a Griffey. I definitely don't own a Chuck Norris. I do have a Tyson. What up, Limit Zero? I mean, I would sell this if I got this. I mean, Messi is great, but I don't like Argentina. The team is just classless. Haaland is awesome, but I would get rid of it. I would get rid of it, sell it for cash, buy a Haaland auto, and then keep the rest of the cash. So there is are they scratch and sniff? Could be. There's a chance I may grab one of these tomorrow if we have any of them left. The one we hit yesterday was WNBA sensation, whose autograph sells for between 100 and 150 by itself anyway. So there's definitely good value in these, especially at our price. And thankfully, we were able to get 2 cases. I don't know if it's sold out at Super Break yet. I'll have to look. I know the pre-order took a while. Oh, no, they still have it. Okay. Gouda. If I got a Griffey, I feel like I would have to trade it to Dangle because Dangle did not get the Seahawks helmet from the last one. I would probably grab the Phillies helmet off of him. The I owe you a Griffey? You don't even like baseball, Scuba. I would probably trade him for the Ron Jaworski helmet. Jaws, a nice Buffalo boy. Maybe Jaws plus, like, future considerations. Oi. Oh, speaking of helmets. Scuba, did you get your hockey pitcher yet? Actually, I don't know why I asked you. I can just look it up the tracking. No? You should be getting it tomorrow then, because I did send it express mail. Priority. I did get a notice that the fires were slowing down mail by a day in California. Scuba. There's Scoops. Yeah, it's going out tomorrow. It arrived in your city today. So you get that tomorrow. Full-sized football helmets. Both of the last 2 that we had, besides the one Dangle has me holding for Bourbon or I. We are not going to be doing any more full-sized helmets. So, moving forward, full-sized helmets are not going to be available in breaks. For us to ship a full-sized helmet to the East Coast by itself was $70. That was the cheapest we could get for that size box. And it being obviously, wrapped up in bubble wrap. So we actually, I'll say this, because Doug's like, tell them, they'll understand. We actually lost money on that break. It cost us more to break that box and ship it. No, I don't, Scoops. Probably a fortune. It was $70 to send just a helmet to Scuba. Yeah. The other one was $90, but that had additional stuff in it. So it's unreasonable for us to pass. Here, listen. This is how much we love you guys. We've made the decision it's unreasonable to pass the cost on to you, so we're just not going to do it. Instead of making it too expensive to do, we're just going to cut it out completely. We'd rather not do it than you have to pay extra. So, you're welcome. We are still going to do multi-sport boxes. We are going to do multi-sport boxes, but anything like any of the larger mystery boxes that have helmets in it, the helmets will just not be an option. As a matter of fact, they're not going to be shown on camera either. Where did my chat go? That was really weird. I lost my chat. Yeah, you saw that too. Yeah. Chef, it was the size. The box to put that in is considered irregular size because it's larger than 24 by 24. So they charge an extra $18 for irregular size. That's what got us. Like we were expecting, it's usually about $40 to send it. But we got hit with irregular size. Yeah. Brutal. And that was at a discount because we did it through Pitney Bowes instead of the post office. If it was the post office, it would have been $111. It was brutal. It was no good. So, yeah. The only other time we had a helmet, it went to the West Coast, and it was like not expensive at all. But traversing the United States is too expensive. Yikes! That's terrible, Scoob. Um... All right. Let me see what the comparative price would be, because they allow you to compare. Let me pull the full details of Scuba's box. The box was 20 by 14 by 16. Twenty, 14, 16. 20, 14, 16. And it weighed 6 pounds. Yeah, it's the exact same price. USPS. If we sent it UPS, it would have been less expensive, but it would have taken 3 more days. Yeah. We typically don't ship UPS. We typically only ship USPS. But I will pitch adding UPS to our roster. It would just mean I'd have an extra trip to take. But yeah, they don't save anything on USPS. Pirate ship was the exact same price. But hey, UPS may be the way to go. We don't have a lot of large items that we ship typically, so USPS handles small things pretty well. We've only shipped 4 helmets historically, and this was the first time having to send them to the East Coast. Yeah, shipping to Texas is easy too, Chef, from where we are. You're not far from us, believe it or not. It's still a 2-day, you can get mail from us in 2 days. Yeah, if we would have went UPS, it would have been cheaper. USPS was to the penny the same. Steven, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Mr. Netflix himself. Oh, goodness gracious. Mr. Steven. We want to know how your day is going. This guy right here. Hey, Maddie, how are you doing? Meet in Iowa? There you go, Don. I'll meet you in Iowa. There it is. So it was funny. I got a text message today. Well, I didn't get a text message. James got a text message while he was playing on my phone in the car ride from Oxnard to Santa Barbara. And I didn't know this until I got to Santa Barbara and James handed me a phone with a missed call and 2 unread text messages. I get this text message. Hey, is it okay to promote the show on the Discord? And I'm going to paraphrase. I was like, yes, not only is it good, I did a 5-minute rundown of what everybody should have done yesterday and today and tomorrow in order to ensure maximum exposure for the show that is right there. So everybody can direct Steven to yesterday's stream, where for 5 minutes at minimum I went on and on about the show and how to maximize the algorithm. And remember, give it 2 thumbs up. Hey, Zach there, please give it double thumbs up. What up, Carlos? I'm sorry, buddy. How is Mrs. Carlos's hand? Yeah, I told them it was important to finish it for opening weekend if you can't do it today. So, listen, man, I got you, homie. I talked about the algorithm. I talked about the remind me's. I talked about the liking. I talked about how important opening day and opening weekend was. I got you, dude. Hurts like hell. I'm sorry, man.
Speaking of which, I hurt my thumb.
Oh my God, James, you gonna die? Yeah, but did you die? Oh, he died. All right. Life is cheaper.
Okay, good. Because I'm playing Fallout on your profile. Because you got a cool mode.
Don's like, Carlos, no more helmets. Your Joe Burrow was the last one. Always, buddy. Cheers. Monday? Good.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody knows about the Maleficent that's in here. Did anybody tell Maddie that there's a Maleficent? Actually, you know what? No, don't tell Maddie there's a Maleficent. Somebody trade her. Somebody pull it and trade her for it. That's how it should go. You should hold it hostage. You're going to want to get those stitches out before going to Thunder Bay. I love it, Scoobs. Doug was here Tuesday with me, and he was miring his piece that he got in his trade. Nobody in the house likes Maleficent? Good. Lies, says Maddie. There's a Maleficent. There is a Maleficent in there. Did it make the cover? It did. Oh. $20. I make you holla. It's true, you do. He love you long time. And he knows how to win you over with pucks. All right, Chef, thanks for hanging out, dude. when I start with the Legos, he's got to leave because it's too tempting. I think you might be looking at Pirate Ship wrong. I just tried it from San Diego to Houston, 22 to 25% cheaper. I am going to use a zip code that is 1 away from Scuba as to not dox him. 2014 by 16. 2014, 16. Wait. Five. 15. I'm 3036. That is the exact same price to the penny. The exact same price to the penny that we paid with USPS. The only thing cheaper was UPS. Now, I would gladly consider using UPS to save more than 50%. But that is the exact same amount we paid. Told you it was $90. U.S. Postal Service, and it was originally $100. There's the original one. So we get this same rate through subscription to Pitney Bowes because we subscribe to them. We just don't have access to UPS. Yeah, that's what we did. We went through Pitney and got the same price. So we couldn't beat the UPS price or the USPS price. We would have had to have gone through UPS. Which again, I could run it by Doug if he wants to add UPS to our subscription, because Pitney Bowes now does both. We started using Pitney Bowes because we used to go directly to the post office, and it was ungodly. And then I was like, well, I was doing eBay for when I used to sell stuff on eBay. And I saw the name Pitney Bowes on the label, and I was like, oh, let me Google them, because I didn't know any better. And then that was like, oh, wow, it's like 30% cheaper. Yeah, we're going to get Pitney Bowes here. Yeah. Oh, no, I got it. Yeah, we definitely don't use them alone. But it is something to consider, just finding the closest UPS joint for drop-offs and just tacking that on for big products. Tomorrow we have a meeting. I'll pitch it at the meeting. Our international has been fairly good. We haven't had very many issues with our international stuff. Just giant packages. Did you hear Costco is now selling Stern Home Edition pinball machines? I bet you they're cheap. Yeah, the super expensive stuff gets special treatment. I love you too. All right, sorry, I had to give a little smoochy and tickle time to this gorgeous little turd next to me. Good, little. What? Give me that. Thanks.
Oh, Daddy, it's exactly what I came for.
I don't want it.
Sure.
No.
Why not?
Cause, buddy, it's really just it's your thing.
What do you mean?
Close. Jimmy Giggle, yeah, he has those. Steve and Maddie say they love you.
Love you! Random people who I don't know.
Man, listen. It said no. What you're sending me is crap. It says nothing. No pinball. Oh, there it is. $5,000 is actually not bad for pinball.
What?
There we go.
Show something unexpectedly. Pick a man.
Yeah. It's not the same. It's different. I mean, you think they could at least, paint the chutes for you? And the ramps? He said he loved you too. People I don't even know. Yeah. I'd almost just want to pay the extra $2,000 to get the big one. That's what she said. Yeah, Limit Zero's like, I hate that. No, I do. They would, but Limit Zero, they would just make the $12,000 variety. And then poor people like me would never be able to have pinball without the crappy version. I'm just envisioning having a room full of nothing but pinball. And a jukebox. Nobody feels good with the crappy version. All the people that know pinball would be like, oh, home edition. Cute. Scuba's like, yeah, just pay $7, get the pro. So it's funny. You say that. I have a a Doug and Chad Dreyer story for you. Now, I never got to meet Chad, but the story is Doug relating something that Chad would always say. And Doug and I were talking about sports cards and grading and what he thought about grades and, once you get below a 9, how important is eye appeal versus numerical grade as a collector. And he said something that really made me change my tune on grading, or at least how I perceive grading, as a collector and not as an investor. So we were talking about, I don't know what card it was. It was a classic card. And a perfect 10 came up. And the price was like, I don't know, $2 million, whatever it was. But a PSA 9 was like 400 grand. And I was like, wow, could you imagine owning the only 10 in existence? And Doug immediately said, no. If I had the 10, I'd sell it, buy a 9 that looks good, and take the rest of the money and buy more collectibles. And I was like, yeah, but it's a 10. He's like, okay, can you tell the difference between a 9 and 10 once it's been encapsulated? And I was like, well, sometimes actually, yes, you can. But I also have a lot more contact than the average collector of cards. But he's like, no, you can't. And I can tell you can't, because there are 9s that should be 10s and 10s that should be 9s. And I was like, valid. So that got me thinking, if I was collecting for myself, I'm not probably getting the 10. I'm going to save the money and get 2 cards I like that are a 9 and, sell the 10. And I've looked at, especially with tobacco cards, you're not getting 10s in tobacco cards. It's almost impossible. So do you want a 4 that looks really good, or a 7 that doesn't have the same eye appeal? I would take the 4 that looks good. And I have many 2s and 3s in tobacco cards that I think look better than 5s and 6s I've seen. So that was probably the biggest piece of graded card knowledge I have gleaned from the Dreyer family, is sell the 10, buy a great 9, and keep the rest of the money to buy something else. Low grade, minor restoration, but amazing eye appeal. It's exactly. Precisely. Limit Zero's like, yeah, even the grading companies can't tell. Valid. Yeah. So that has been kind of my thing. Like, I no longer look up. You've posted it, Scoops. I have stopped looking at PSA 10s in a lot of classic cards because you're saving like 40%. So I'm fine getting a Josh Allen RPA in a 9 because a 10 is too expensive. I don't need a 10. Fantastic Four #1. You were thinking Final Fantasy 1. You were thinking he had a sealed copy of Final Fantasy 1 that was graded, VGA 9? Or VGG 9? Which I would like to see a Final Fantasy 1 sealed original shrink wrap in a 9. Which would obviously be a Japanese version. You're buying a house with that. I don't even I can't imagine one of those exists. It can't exist. A real one could not exist. Okay. This is the US version. Not the same. It's not the OG Japanese version. But damn. In a 9. Sealed. Oh, absolutely, Steven. Well, folks, it's not the OG. I need to stress that. The US version came out after the Japanese version. Yeah. Limit Zero, they'll never know because nobody's opening it. Literally, of course, the first thing that pops up is a 9. Again, US version came out after the Japanese version. It's not the same thing, but there's the best example we're ever going to see. Well, there you go. I guess we got to the bottom of that, sort of. I have that Switch collection. Someone trying to get $3K for it is still being sold. Yeah. You have to go to eBay. I closed it out. Go to eBay, sort by sold, see what happens. All right, folks. First, last call. First, last call. Let's open something. What you playing, Duty Hopper? Oh. Just didn't recognize the sound. What's it called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's called.
Well, good luck. He's playing a little Fallout 76. Oh, he is. He's a beast. Maddie, you're hilarious. Oh, I believe Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. I believe the Bills play Monday Night Football. I don't work on Mondays typically. I say we should get everybody that is in the greater California area. We should all do a Buffalo Wild Wings meetup for Monday Night Football, or a Dave and Buster's meetup for Monday Night Football. So anybody that is in the greater LA area should join us for Monday Night Football. We will have brewskis and wings, and watch the Bills beat whoever they're playing. Drink. Hey, dude, listen.
I got a bad feeling about this.
You fly in here, Scuba. You fly in here.
It's a trap!
I will. I will buy the drinks. I will buy the drinks, Scuba. You fly in here on Monday for a few hours. I will buy the beers. Not that you drink. I will buy the cranberry juices. I will buy you your Shirley Temples. Hell, I'll even buy 10 wings for you. But they have to be bone in, and you have to use blue cheese, not ranch. If you use blue cheese, you can't sit at my table. Just ask Steven. Pumpkin flavored beer. Oh my. A PSL beer. Don's like, hey, Carlos, no more football games at work. We got busted after the Bills Thursday night game. I watched the Bills game at work. You should have a job like mine. So what dipping sauce? Blue cheese. You dip it in blue cheese. Hot wings going blue cheese. Steven is lucky that he's like my best friend, because had he not been my best friend, he probably would be sitting at the kiddie table. And Doug was there, so I didn't want to embarrass him in front of Doug. You were watching it on the 65-inch TV in your apartment. Or in the department. That's great. A whole bunch of base cards, Trevor. I also told the Brick, yeah, Brick killed a guy. Yeah, I've been meaning to speak to you about that. You probably want to lay low for a while. You're probably wanted by the law. I regaled a Chadism that Doug relayed to me about sell the 10, buy a 9, and save some money and buy more collectibles with the money. Brick, why do you have a hand grenade? I don't know. Where'd you get them? The toilet store?
Daddy,
Yeah.
I like Limit Zero. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Limit Zero is a Slipknot fan, and so am I.
Yep. I love Lamp.
I hope he heard that.
Don, snitches get stitches. I would find out who posts a Facebook Live. And I would, I can't tell you what I'd do because it's illegal. But I would do something illegal to them that would result in injury. I believe Jimmy is coming to LACC.
LA Comic Con?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe you're wearing your new cosplay. Ship engineer?
Oh yeah. When?
3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
And when's 2 weeks? What's the date?
Dude, it's 2 weeks, homie.
Okay, then I can't wait for 2 weeks.
Guess what?
I have to go anyway.
Chicken butt.
Give me your money.
His new favorite couple is coming with it. Tatiana and JK. Hey, Jimmy.
What?
Did you hear who's going?
Who?
Tatiana and JK.
Screw it. Give me my money. Yes.
You're going?
Yep.
All right, he says he's going now. That'll be JK, that'll be their first con, right? Because they were saying they wanted to go.
Yeah, that's the first con.
Don, that's not an excuse. I'm just surprised she got a break in her film schedule. She's been a busy little beaver. Scuba, we're going to LA Comic Con. And Jimmy's going. Which reminds me, I gotta buy Mrs. the Breaker's ticket. And I probably should get a hotel, which is probably gonna be $400 a night now. Oh, Scuba, it's a friend of ours. A couple friend. Friends. You can go, you choose not to. You forget that I have to be there before it opens till after it closes, Stephen. Limit Zero? Oh, I gotta get you a Discord invite. You're in it to win it now. All right. Here we go. Give me a second. Oh, yeah.
Limit, I love you. If you know that.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
All right, dude, you may need the keys.
Get the number one order. Let me check if I have to get the keys.
All right, I'm doing this now. I am immediately sending you your link. I'm not even waiting until we open it.
Daddy, it is unlocked.
Okay, then go.
I don't like it. When I'm in the dark.
Booyah! All right, Limit Zero, a very special moment. Your first ever purchase. Now, there's a thing called beginner's luck. Beginner's luck is the first time you buy something tends to be really good. It's true there's also birthday luck, so let's see if it extends to products that are not even ours. 2023 Leaf Holiday Bonus.
I didn't go because it was opened, and then I was checking until I was in the restroom, not in the restroom, and I looked, and it was locked.
Okay, honey. All right, here we go. Bon chance.
Card.
Are you kidding me?
Hallelujah.
From my lips to God's ears. Beginner's luck. That's a printing plate, 1 of 1. Iron Mike.
Oh, you just got
Oh, yeah. Cyan printing plate. Leaf. Iron Mike Tyson. Listen, folks. You just witnessed this.
Wow.
I just explained to you beginner's luck. I told you this is what happens. There it is. Iron Mike 1 of 1 cyan printing plate.
Yeah, boy.
That's right. Yeah, boy. Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
There it is. There's proof. The proof is in the pudding. Oh, man. I gotta think of a good way to write your name now. I think we'll go with Limit Zero. Traditional strike through. There it is. You have an invite. Go ahead, jump in the cord of Dis. Hallelujah.
Oh, Daddy, so can I give this to limit 0 for him?
No, Papa.
Oh, man.
I sent it from my email from DC the Breaker. I sent it to the email you gave to us. So check your email. Ah, there it is. Oh, yeah. All right. He's in. He is in. He's already won. My goodness, it doesn't get better than that. Anybody care to try their luck?
I'm waiting, dude.
Okay. Well, we're closing out, so I'll just take you right afterwards, okay?
No,
Okay. All right, we're gonna go on a brief pause.
put on some Slipknot.
So I will be back in 3 minutes. What up, Money Mitch? I'll be right back.
Welcome to my underground lair. You're just in time. Enjoy the share.
Turn TV up.
All right, we're back. Hey, thanks for the sub. So, Money Mitch, you missed it. Limit Zero made his first ever purchase with DCD Collects. He bought one of the holiday packs from Leaf. And as you know, beginner's luck is always in effect when it comes to me. It actually extends beyond DCD Collects to my previous job as well. Beginner's luck was a known thing. Anytime your first purchase for me was always great. And show enough, he pulls a 1-of-1 Mike Tyson printing plate. Just as I was talking about beginner's luck and how real it is, Scuba got a PSA 10 1-of-1 Cyclone Taylor. His first break with me. So yeah. It is a legitimate thing. She got show enough? Who's the meanest? Who's the baddest? Show enough. Kiss my Converse. Man, that's a great movie. All right, does anybody want to piggyback off of his success before we close it out? Does anybody want to dabble before we're done for the day? All right, Steven, see ya. I'll within the next 72 hours likely see you. This is the one. Yeah, that's great. All right. We miss you, Money Mitch. You should hang out with us sometime. Oh, yeah, I guess it should say bye, Maddie. I'll probably see you in 72 hours, too. Or sooner. I get caught up on the individual avatars and screen names. It's like, I feel bad. I do the same thing to Juan. It's Crystal and Juan. Just like it's Steve and Maddie. And I tend to only reference the person who's in the name. Missed Mitch with every egg thrown so far. It will be there. The whole family will be there. And Steve and Maddie. And other friends. Yeah, LACC is going to be fun. Sunday night, the last half of Sunday, I will not be at the booth. I will be with Mr. McGregor, Ewan. So you got to catch me on Friday or Saturday. Or early Sunday. That's right, Scoobs. I don't want to dox you. All right, folks, final last call. Let's see where we're going. Oh, be it Diesel. That's the answer.
This has been, I mean, this.
That's the answer. Be it Diesel. All right, folks, we are going to go hang with Be It Easel. She is spectacular. She does amazing work. Her painting is phenomenal. She's probably one of the next ones I will be seeing if they do commissions for poor people. So that's where we're going to go. All right, folks. I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other so we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Payday. I may be dabbling in a little something here, so you may want to tune in at least for that. It's gonna be a fun night. You should be here. But it doesn't work without you. Me yelling into a camera by myself is not fun. You gotta join in like Limit Zero did. Alright, folks, take care, be safe, and let's go see what Be It Easel's doing.